experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for
This is Anthony Sykes, your host for Sykes Accounting and Consulting radio show, where we help small businesses grow and give you tax tips every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Catch us here on rantradionetwork.com. Thank you.
This segment has been brought to you by Coco Cafe. It's a cafe latte coconut water with espresso. And I came across this wonderful little drink just recently, and it has to be one of the best things I've ever had. I'm pretty obsessed with cocoa water and espresso, so the thought of it together was a little bit, I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but my gosh, let me tell you, it's super tasty. It's made with natural coconut water, a strong shot of espresso, and a splash of reduced fat milk. You can visit them online for more information at drinkcococafe.com. Once again, I want to thank everyone at Coco Cafe for being a sponsor of this radio show. Thanks so much. Hi, everyone. This is A Taste of Dawn. I'm your host, Dawn Garcia, and this is a show about indulging in this crazy thing we call life. Back. Oh, there we go. We're back. So, we were leaving that segment. I'm going to move my stuff over just a tiny bit because I feel like you're so far away. Oh, there we go. All right. We're just making some minor production adjustments real quick. And I won't touch the heavy equipment. I just have to tell you guys, I know I did not ever expect to do a radio show, first of all. But now that I have one, you really rely a lot on the booth. And I just have to say, Alan Lopez and Julio Ramos are really just amazing. So today, Alan is in the booth. He is like Oz behind there right now. So I'm lucky that I have him. So thank you, Alan. He just gave me a smirk like, yeah. All right. So let's talk about... Oh, wait, I need to get in front of my mic. I feel like I should just hold the mic sometimes, like I'm on The Voice. Like, hello.
It's a good look for you.
Right? I'll be on my voice. I'll start busting out some tunes. Alexis sings. Did you know that? Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah, her music actually plays. She's got quite the voice. I sing, but I just don't know that I would do it in front of... We totally could. I might do it in front of others if I've been drinking. Good to know. Or in Japan, in karaoke. Totally would do that. Look at, he's like the paparazzi. I'm bringing you everywhere I go because I need paparazzi.
This works.
All right.
We'll post it
right. Okay. So we were talking about, we kind of did a little segue into Spa Gregory's.
Yeah.
So that's a new project that's still being worked on, right? They're redoing it.
Spa Gregory's has been around for a long time. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
My big equipment. That didn't come out right.
It totally did, actually. He's all ba-dum-bum.
Ba-dum-bum. Thank you. We've got to work on those sound effects.
I know. He's got some sound effects. Once in a while, you get an applause in the background. We need like a boing, one of those. Like we need like an Acme soundtrack. I feel like sometimes I need my own Acme.
Surprise us a little bit. Okay.
Right. Yeah, you have total reign. Really, you can make this as funny as you want, Ellen. Okay.
So Spa Gregory's has been around for a long time actually. They're amazing company, and their primary location is in Newport Beach, right across from Fashion Island.
Oh, right. I've been to that one as well.
And
I went there for a facial.
Right. Angela Courtright, Scott Duncan, amazing. I mean, such icons in the spa industry, especially locally. And
well, it's like a Moroccan haven.
The one you're
Mediterranean. Oh, is that
No, you're thinking about the one that is currently in Rancho Santa Margarita. But
are they redoing that whole?
Because each one of them has its own kind of.
Because the other one is more European.
Right.
Italian, I think.
Right. The one in Fashion
Newport?
Island. Yeah. So and they also have one in Del Mar, in San Diego County. So we connected on this project in Rancho Santa Margarita. They're opening up a new location, and it's been really great working with them. They're very clear on what they want. They got their business down packed. It's been a really good learning experience for me, and we just actually started construction this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you allowed to reveal the location? Maybe not.
I can't reveal the location.
I will just assume that it is in Southern California.
Oh, no. The new location is in Rancho Santa Margarita.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. What they're doing is they're actually moving to a new location from the one they're
That's
in right
good.
now.
Yeah.
And it's 10 treatment rooms, a hair salon, manicure, pedicure. It's going to be really, I'm trying to remember what Angela very appropriately termed the look. It was sort of industrial or urban.
Like urban chic?
Chic.
Yeah,
But-
urban chic is my favorite
Right.
style. I just have to say that. It is, because it's very like bohemian chic.
Right.
It's
So
got that.
it's going to be pretty cool, I think.
So, Angela, I just want you to know that of all the spas that I have been to, I really enjoyed yours. It was one of the best facials I ever had.
Well, that's. I'm sure if she was listening. Otherwise,
I know.
We'll
I really need to get another one. I haven't had one in a very long time.
But they're really great people.
Yeah.
It was a really a dream come true to be able to work with them, and they reached out last year.
How fun for you, though, because they are so open with their designs, their concepts and stuff, and
Yeah.
they have a very clear idea, so you get some direction, but they totally trust you, I imagine.
Well, one of the hardest things sometimes is the business side of it, and and it's kind of interesting because my background prior to interior design was business academically, so
He's a smart fella.
so most of the time.
And you went to Switzerland. We need to tell the Switzerland
Okay.
story.
Yeah, I went to Switzerland for my first undergraduate in economics, and then I came out here and ended up doing interior design, and I can't design something without that business side of it.
Yeah.
So that's why, like with the restaurants and the rebranding and so forth, like just finish the thought on Spa Gregory's is when the business side of it is solid, but there's enough room to understand that what we do for design is not just aesthetic. That it's basically branding and packaging, right? It just happens to be a three-dimensional box that you're inside of versus you're looking from the outside onto.
But aesthetics, all of that makes a very big difference.
Right. I
Because
mean-
once you can associate,
Well, and it's like that. I mean, if you go to a spa, okay, I'm looking for a water feature. I'm looking for a couple of things, low
Yeah,
lighting
feng
and so
shui.
forth, right? But if that water feature is the same water feature that the guy down the street who opened a spa bought from the same catalog you did, and all they did is put their logo on it, then fine, yeah, you're going to go there, you'll try it out, but maybe something won't draw you back in.
Right.
So if you look at 10 restaurants, like how many of us go to restaurants? And it's like 10 restaurants, and you go back to maybe you'll eliminate 3 of them right away because the food quality wasn't there or the service wasn't there. But then you got 7 restaurants that you could go to again and again and again, but you'll tend to frequent 1 or 2 maybe.
right.
Okay, well, why those 1 and 2 out of the 7? And it's usually sometimes something that's not necessarily even you can put your hands on. You
You just feel
It's a
better.
feel,
Yeah.
right? So it's a lot of times people spend a lot of money doing stuff, and I've seen more like restaurants, especially restaurants, and the industry is pretty harsh. Businesses fail.
Right.
So you spend a lot of money, and that's not really a guarantee for success. So one of the things I've actually had the opportunity to do over the last couple of years is for about 8 times I went to Pepperdine University and spoke at their executive MBA program.
I know the guy that runs the alumni. He's the director of the alumni nonprofit there.
Oh,
Yeah, Mike Sprague.
I don't know.
Michael Sprague. He's very young, smart.
They're very cool people. My experiences have been. I mean, these guys. A lot of them are not necessarily anywhere close to an aesthetic situation, but their backgrounds vary. And this is the executive MBA, so it's like night. But they have a service marketing class.
Oh.
And so a friend of mine who teaches service marketing classes asked me to come in because he used to give them a spa project as their service marketing.
That's so smart. Yeah, well, that's like
Right.
the ultimate in.
Service
Yeah,
market, right? So I would go in there and I'd say, that's not a water feature. That's not a light fixture. That's a brandable item. That's a sustainability of business if you approach it that way.
Right.
Right? And how are you going to differentiate? How are you going to sustain? How are you going to have, where this business doesn't have to put back into the business just to keep it fresh for 7 years?
Right.
So that all the money is going to where it needs to go. So it doesn't sound like design.
I probably should have taken economics. Really should have. I chose poli-sci and like social economics or something like that. Some random.
Well, a lot of economists, I think, could benefit from social and poli-sci as well.
Yeah. Oh, poli-sci was my favorite class.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, but anyways.
So anyway, so it was a real dream to actually work with caliber people like the folks from Spa Gregory's. You know, and so I'm enjoying that very much. And then we're also working on a sort of a new concept. It's been around for a while, but not a lot of people have attempted it. A wellness center that goes beyond just, you know, massage therapy. There's sort of medical aesthetic procedures.
Oh, do they do like the what is it called? Manny Spa or Spa Manny's, and where they're not. It's not spa. What is it called? Like it's a medical spa, but it's because that's what it is, right? Medi spa. I could not figure it out.
Right.
Well, because the whole issue that they come up against with cleanliness, and there's so many like constant issues that come up. So I really appreciate that they clean every tub. There's not like some massive chair that everybody has recycled water in.
Oh, that was actually a big deal with standing water.
Oh, it is because the pipes. People think unless you throw bleach in there every single time.
It's in the pipes. Right.
That people were getting disgusting things. I had 8 surgeries because of one pedicure.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will never do it. Thank God I have pretty feet and it was fine. But it could have been. It could have been a blood. I've had people that had got blood disease. This beautiful model. Yeah. She got an infection and she got a rare blood disorder from going to one of those pedicure things. So I'm like, people, when you go sit in a tub that's recycling, there's no way to disinfect it unless you bring your own bleach, and you know that thing is just saturated in bleach.
Right.
And even then, at that point,
well, and it's a trust thing, right? So I mean, if you can't see that it's cleaned and has been cleaned, what are you going to look for? The tag that says, you know, serviced the last, you know, half an hour after the
right.
So yeah, no, it's very true, and the industry has changed quite a bit. I've been involved doing spas since '98.
Oh, we have to take a break, I think. 2 minutes left. Okay.
Yeah, the first spa I worked on was on the island of Mauritius. I was working for a large company. I was on there. It was the second Givenchy spa that
Must have been tough.
It was tough to be 3 months on a tropical island.
How awful it must have been. Trust me, when I was going through cosmetology school, that's all I wanted. I was like, I want to be the girl that gets to go work at like this great island and just. Did you know that I had a cosmetology license?
No, I did not know.
Oh yes, I have I've done it all. Really have.
Wow.
I'm very aware of the Board of Cosmetology and Barbering and their rules and disinfecting and antiseptics and all the things that they're supposed to be doing that you could pay somebody off to ignore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not my favorite thing. Yeah. So anyway.
And still, even with that, you ended up having to have 8 surgeries.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I let me tell you, I won't say the name, but let's just say it's Smiley Nails.
Okay, that
pretty much sums that one up. All right, we have 1 minute left, so when we come back, I want to start talking about some of the nonprofits that you're working on, and we want to talk about prefab.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you like that one, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, no, all of it. I mean, we talk about all of it, but I think that you're 40 seconds. The countdown is on. I love that I get the countdown. I was very bad about the countdown before.
Has she gotten better? No?
Yes? I have, yeah. No, I look because I'm like, oh, and all of a sudden that 30 seconds lasts forever. No, but I think that the visual creativity that it takes to be able to see how the flow of like a location should be, whether it's a private home, whether it's commercial real estate, whether it's like a restaurant or something that's very very aesthetic specific.
Right.
I commend you because I think that takes a talent. Like I could do it for people's homes, but you know, I think they'd have to pay me too much because I would want everything. It'd be like, oh my God, ideas after ideas. All right, we're about to take our break. We'll be right back on the other side. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is your host, Dawn Garcia on ATOD Radio, savoring life one moment at a time.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And you can listen to us every Thursday at 2 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio. What do we talk about, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
And we dance a whole lot. In fact, if you want to watch us every day, you can go to AaronandKellyLive.com. That's AaronandKellyLive.com.
Check it out.
We are the Three Guys Rant
with Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
coming to you on the Rand Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not the Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69 Three Guys, Guys, and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
Welcome to the Monster Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Anything you need to make that marketing and advertising campaign stand out, we're your people. Concepts, design, production, social media, anything that you can dream up, we're going to make happen for you. And we can do it in a very quick turnaround. Please give us a call at 888-49-MONSTER. This segment has been brought to you by Coco Cafe. It's a cafe latte coconut water with espresso. And I came across this wonderful little drink just recently, and it has to be one of the best things I've ever had. I'm pretty obsessed with cocoa water and espresso, so the thought of it together was a little bit, I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but my gosh, let me tell you, it's super tasty. It's made with natural coconut water, a strong shot of espresso, and a splash of reduced fat milk. You can visit them online for more information at drinkcococafe.com. Once again, I want to thank everyone at Coco Cafe for being a sponsor of this radio show. Thanks so much.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on RantRadioNetwork.com.
Hi, everyone. This is A Taste of Dawn. I'm your host, Dawn Garcia, and this is a show about indulging in this crazy thing we call life. All right, so while we were on our break, we were just talking about simple concepts and how I used to love to design children's rooms. And so we came upon this topic, and you can tell like just how simple and innovative people really can get. But I was talking about this chandelier that they had. It was like I couldn't figure out what it would be, but you needed to have like those old school like lamp frames without the lampshade on it. Like I searched and searched. I tried to take them off. I was like, I looked everywhere, could not find it. Because I wanted to have like a 3-tiered chandelier with paper butterflies. Just, but like sometimes like parchment paper, like really, really, transparent. No, so the parchment paper, and then what's the transparent paper? It's like,
Like tissue
it's like
like
what it starts with a. Oh, I have to think about this now. It starts with an L. It's I can't remember what it is, but it's like thick paper, but it's almost like a waxy feel, and it's got almost like clouded, like it's cloudy.
Okay.
So it's not crisp. Anyways,
Right.
It's beautiful. But like those just hanging, and you could cut out those pretty, like now they have those simple bird cutouts,
Right.
and I was like just very simple. I don't like these crazy things. But anyways, that sounds so cool, and that's at the Bloomies and at Nordstrom.
So I was at the Bloomies at Nordstrom. Way to get 2 brands in one shot.
There we go. That's how I roll. I try to get as much brand recognition for everyone as possible.
It was at the Bloomies in Fashion Island, and it was very smart, very cool. They got their summer decorations or their spring decorations out, and they had clear plastic butterfly silhouettes cut, and then they have this large atrium where the escalators are, and they're hanging all these butterflies on fish line with little mirrors in there, so it reflects a little bit of the light coming in from the skylight, and across support lines at the top, and it's just the whole area is filled with these plastic clear, glassy but they're really plastic versus glass butterflies. It was the simplest thing, and it was just so awesome.
I think design. I can imagine. Like my favorite store to go in
Right.
is Anthropologie.
Right.
Because I love to see what they've done next. Like that's my. I'm like, God, I want to be that person that gets to go and travel all around the world just to be
Right.
inspired by. And did you know that everything in that store is for sale? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you could go anything that's on the wall, any decoration, any what are those things like consoles that look like they're just there as prop. Anything you can
Right.
buy when they're done.
Right.
Which is I love that.
Well, and a lot of those consoles are actually kind of very unique pieces. I mean, if you walk into a store, how many people you
And
look
most
at
of
it
them
and
are one of a kind.
yeah,
I
and
think.
you go, oh my God, that would be so cool, like in an entry or something. Like, where
they
do
do.
the stores take all this stuff after they're done with it for the next season?
I know.
Yeah, we need to find out where that.
We really do. We need to go raid the
Raid the
warehouse
warehouse.
because I will find all my furniture.
We'll be standing with a big pickup
Yeah.
truck on the backside
I'm
of
ready
the,
to go.
Well,
Pickup truck, forget that. We're getting like the biggest U-Haul or like those big Penske trucks.
you know what? I'll rent it to see you drive it. That would be pretty.
Hey,
fun.
I have driven it. My dad has a truck company, so
Okay,
I'm
well,
I'm not afraid. I would like to learn one day to drive like a Mack truck just to do it. That and like I want to drive a tank.
I think that's a
I
new.
think I have
that's
like
an
my
episode.
little like GI Joe fantasy or something, But
That's a brand new episode just on its own.
I know I totally do. I want to be a soldier just for like not really at war though. I just want to play like it. Like I just want to play.
Funny.
I want to play in the machine. So anyways.
But it goes to show you that we jokingly I refer to it as a champagne taste on a beer budget, right?
But there are things that you can do.
No,
I
no,
am so the champagne champagne taste on a beer budget. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, and in some cases, not even imported beer. It has to be domestic, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
you go for that old. What is that? Old English? Is that what it's called? Like 40 ounce of Old English is like the.
Oh no.
No, that's like straight up.
No, I've been fortunate. I haven't had clients that have asked me for that. But
No, I don't think they ever would.
Good.
That's like brown bag in it right there.
No red bag.
That's the kind of beer.
Could be fun, I guess. No, but anyway. So speaking of Anthropologie, I think good friends of mine own the lab in the camp down in Costa Mesa.
Yes,
the Anti-Mall.
and they're building a new one, which I love, by the way.
They're building a great new destination in Anaheim. It's an old packing plant that is turn of the century, I think 20s maybe. That's an orange packing plant that they're turning into sort of the Ferry Building in San Francisco or like Covent Garden in London, where it's all this food and beverage, and they got a park that they're putting in outside with like farmers market and movies in the park and stuff. It's just awesome.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
See that
Yeah, it's
that's
in
like
Anaheim.
my only. Yeah, let me just tell you the reason I Orange County was really not my place per se because I grew up in Santa Monica and it was just so different and diverse. And then I found the camp and the lab. And
Right.
I thought, oh, somebody thought of me. That was so. I would just sit outside, the gas tank
Right.
fireplace or fire pit over there, and I
Right.
used to love to go to like Habana and grab a drink, and then
Love
yeah. Their
Best-
brunch is actually my favorite though. I think their brunch is the best.
best mojitos in town.
They really. I've never had their
Habana
mojitos.
has the best mojitos.
Really? Because I just that their brunch is just amazing. They have this barbacoa. Oh, and it's so good. All right, I'm timing out here. Okay, so let's talk about really quick because I don't know that everybody knows. Sorry, hold on. What a prefab home is and what that means, but it's using sustainable material. Usually, it's energy efficient. It has to be energy efficient, doesn't it?
Prefab is basically manufactured homes.
Right.
And it used to be, like, the trailer home or something of that nature. The industry has changed so much.
Yeah, they're beautiful houses.
Beautiful
too.
homes, yeah.
Dwell magazine is my favorite, like architectural magazine.
Yeah. And people are doing a lot of innovative stuff, driven by cost of construction and so forth.
Yeah, because it's so much. You could have like an $800,000 home
Yeah.
for like $250,000, sometimes $400,000 because of the material and
Right.
and they're very efficient on how quickly they build them. It's just property that you have to have. But
Yeah, you'd have to have the property. But there's a lot of model options, a lot of style options. In fact, it was very interesting this last election season because one of the nonprofits that I'm on, Rebuilding Together, I'm on their Orange County chapter. It's a national organization out of D.C., and there's about 200 affiliates around the country. And they worked on a project that was basically, the interesting thing about it was it was a prefab home, and they took half of a prefab home to the Republican National Convention and had delegates work on that. And then they took the other half or brought the two halves together, and it had the other half in Charlotte, and they basically put the house together and donated it to a returning veteran
Which
and
I
family.
love.
So Rebuilding Together does, we work on, it's a volunteer-based, mostly volunteer-based organization, or at least the affiliates are. And we're across the country, and we basically help deserving homeowners, can maintain independence. And so we work with seniors, we work with people with disability, and it's mostly rehab or remodeling versus new construction. And
Sorry, you guys.
and we do work with veterans as well. And
And this particular, the one that you showed me though, the
it was a house. It was a modular house donated by Craftsman Brand, or it was Craftsman's the name of the company,
right,
and
which is most people know as Tools, but
right, and it was absolutely gorgeous. You can look it up on the internet. I think it was called House United, sort of playing off with the political campaigns.
yes, they came together, people.
So
for one moment they crossed party lines. However, I think they had to build on different days, right?
Yes, of course.
Because we don't have that kind of party line crossing.
Well, let's just take what we can, right?
I know,
by name
but
it was
you know
House
they built.
United.
But the irony is they built a house together. So if only that could be applied to say the actual house, that would be great. I don't know, people. Government officials think you might want to come together.
Wait, I thought you promised me a politically free zone.
Hey, I'm not. I didn't call any color. I'm just saying. I think together, I'd like a yellow. I would like, or green. Yellow, not green, because that actually is a party. We're going to have to go with yellow.
Well,
or pink. Can we have a pink party? Is there a pink party?
You can start one.
I'm so starting the pink party.
Kind of wearing a uniform. That
I am, right? Here we go, 1940s retro. Thank you to Pinup Girl
There you go.
Clothing and Pinup Girl Boutique, by the way, for giving me such fabulous clothes. They're my wardrobe gurus and provide me with things that are just amazing. So
Too funny. Well, so that's
3
one of the
minutes.
nonprofits I'm involved in.
okay, so and the Rebuilding Together.
Right.
So I would like to talk about Mary's Kitchen.
Oh.
Because you just also
This
and that
morning.
was like that was a sort of off. I know that was like a terrible segue, but we have 3 minutes left, so I at least want to start that conversation
That's
because I
fine.
really like the idea.
Well, Mary's Kitchens is a soup kitchen in Orange.
Mhm.
And they do amazing work with the homeless, and they provide hot meals. They provide, I think, 3 meals a day, shower
Oh, wow.
facilities, where people can come in and wash their clothes. They actually have clothing also, I think, that's donated where people can
that's
pick
great.
up. And so in 2010, it was the All-Star. It was the All-Star game. Was in Anaheim at the Angel Stadium, and there was a joint effort between Bank of America, Major League Baseball, and Rebuilding Together. Rebuilding Together Orange County was the sort of a sponsoring agency, and we put in a double-wide modular, basically building that was donated. We put in a handicap ramp, a lot of picnic tables. We organized their containers. We brought in a walk-in refrigerator trailer, so they could, because they get like trucks full of food,
Right,
and it's
and
like
then they
you
can't
can't store it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so as a result of that, it was it's allowed them to increase their ability to serve more people. And have sort of that dignity factor built in.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful facility now, and it was always, but it needed some help. So
Yeah.
we went in there and did, and Bank of America provided funding, and it was a great thing. And then this morning we got there, we met there with Gail Anderson from Channel 5 from KTLA Morning News, and it was because one of the gentlemen that Cy Bowman, who basically has been involved with Rebuilding Together in Southern California for a lot of years, about 18 years maybe,
I
or
swear
plus.
I know him.
He's a great guy. He has run the LA Marathon from the time that marathon has been on, which is basically the LA Olympics. And for the last 18 years, he has done
1
it
minute left.
for Rebuilding Together.
Wow.
So she interviewed him, and he was running with his grandkids and family members. It was really cool to see multi-generations there, kind of all involved in it.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to cut our talk now because
Okay.
we have 30 seconds. But can is it maryskitchen.org or rebuildingtogether.org?
MarysKitchen.org, and it's Rebuilding Together Orange County.org or Rebuilding Together Southern California.org.
Okay. So again, just to kind of piggyback off of last week's episode, we were talking about hunger and wastefulness and just things that we could do to help one another. That's I highly recommend you guys start looking into community outreach. So we'll be right back at the other side of the minute. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is your host, Dawn Garcia, on ATOD Radio, savoring life one moment at a time.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on rantradionetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And you can listen to us every Thursday at 2 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio. What do we talk about, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
And we dance a whole lot. In fact, if you want to watch us every day, you can go to AaronandKellyLive.com. That's AaronandKellyLive.com.
Check it out.
We are the Three Guys Rant.
With Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
Coming to you on the Raad Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not the Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69 3 Guys. G-U-Y-S and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
This is Anthony Sykes, your host for Sykes Accounting and Consulting radio show, where we help small businesses grow and give you tax tips every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Catch us here on rantradionetwork.com. Thank you.
Welcome to the Monster Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Anything you need to make that marketing and advertising campaign stand out, we're your people. Concepts, design, production, social media, anything that you can dream up, we're going to make happen for you. And we can do it in a very quick turnaround. Please give us a call at 888-49-MONSTER. Hi everyone, this is A Taste of Dawn. I'm your host, Dawn Garcia, and this is a show about indulging in this crazy thing we call life. All right, you guys, we're back. Before I say any more, I just want to say I don't often talk about things happening in Orange County anymore because there's so much going on in LA. But one of my favorite spots to go to is the Crowbar. And Steve Geary has really cool stuff that happens every Thursday night. So if you get a chance, go check out the Crowbar tonight. It is... If I can find the, I just got it on my phone, but you know how that is. Anyways, needless to say, there's a lot of really great things happening. So go check out the Crowbar. It's Corona Del Mar. It's really, really cool. They always have live music and seriously great burgers. So, yes, so there's that. Okay. So after we were talking about Mary's Kitchen, and so now we have a few more minutes left. What are you going to work on next? Wait, what's your dream project? Let's stop talking about that. What's your dream? If you could have any budget, limitless budget, anywhere in the world, what would you do?
You know, it's funny. In 2008, I became a certified aging in place. Okay, which means that you can go into people's homes and actually modify them so you can stay in them longer. Mm-hmm. And we've always done that with hotel projects because basically of handicap accessibility and ADA requirements. And we've done it for Ritz-Carlton's, Four Seasons. So you go in and, you know, you're still paying $400 a night, but the room cannot look like it's quote-unquote medically handicapped. Right,
right.
So we've done all that, and it's just bringing it into sort of maybe homes, that same sort of quality of life. You know, it's not. It's sort of preventive design versus 11th hour kind of.
Right.
You know, I need grab bars. I'm going to put them anywhere.
Right.
So anyway, that's kind of evolved for me as a passion into something that's more multi-generational, where it's not, aging in place is not four walls and a ceiling. It's actually community. It's how do you basically have support services in the community. And so you go, well, what's that got to do with design? Well, it's got to be designed in a way so that you have not only walkability, but also support services, the ability for multi-generational people to basically live around each other rather than just be isolated based on age, And the economic realities recently have kind of pushed families together multi-generationally.
I am living proof of that.
And I think there's an added advantage.
Yes, it's been lovely.
Like
actually.
a support.
It's hard. Sometimes it's hard.
It's hard. Sure it is.
But I see such a difference for me because I see how much healthier that environment is for my daughter.
Exactly.
And growing up, we were always around my grandparents and my aunts. That was how we spent.
But then all of a sudden, it's like everybody is on their own, and support systems are different.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of a little bit more old school. And I like that, and I think there's room for that, and there's a design aspect to that really intrigues me.
Yeah.
Because it's you can be innovative. It's sort of almost, you could say, like old community village kind of like, but it has to accommodate all these needs. And then with baby boomers, their needs are different from their parents when they were at that age. So it's an exciting time.
So I'm going to hire you then to help with my one-story dwell house. I want a huge dwell house that will support everybody, that will have my grandparents come, that I can have my friends come, that my daughter's friends could come.
And,
I want
and have the people separated enough so they can go scream.
Yeah,
when they
so
need
people
to.
can run away from each other. Yes, so they can run off to the forest, which will be in my house.
That works for me.
Challenge accepted.
Let's do it. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Accept it.
On the air, you've heard it here. All right, so I know we have a lot still to cover, but I do need to do one quick little thing here. I have to. Oh, we didn't put any of the pictures up. Oh, Alan. Alan, are you out there? Hello? I lost my booth guy. Alan. Sorry, I need my guy. Anyways, I guess we're not going to have it, but I will make sure that I post it. I wanted to mention that this Saturday is the screening for Lenny Kravitz's new movie, and I'm super excited to be going to that. And the movie is called, hold on just a second, Looking Back on Love. And I'm so sorry, I don't know where my guy in the booth has gone, but I really needed to put that picture up. Anyway, so it airs, or I'm not sure when it's going to be released, but I will say that it's going to be an amazing event. It's private, so it's invite only, but there should be some great surprises, and I'm hoping that I get to say that I saw Lenny, because I love Lenny. Love Lenny. Let Love Rule was like my favorite album ever. Did you ever listen to that? Oh, you're missing out. He's like an old soul for sure, but Let Love Rule was in the 90s. And it was, 80s. The late 80s. I'm that old, people. It was before your time. Yes, it was my time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. When I had to walk in 4 feet of snow, uphill, barefoot.
In Santa Monica.
In Santa Monica. It was a rare day that day when it snowed, the one day in 45 years. I'm not 45, just for the record. All right, so I do want to mention really quick, though, Ken Werther is my publicity guru. That is through Philip, and I want to make sure Philip's Sokolov. So he, Publicity for the Theater is what his company is called. So I want to thank you very much because I'm excited about that. A few plays that are happening, not a few, but quite a few actually. We have, starting last Friday, Jane Austen Unscripted, which is going to be at the Carrie Hamilton Theater. It runs through April 14th, and that is above the Pasadena Playhouse. Saturday the 2nd, which was last Saturday, running only through the 17th, guys, so that's only for one more week. Therapy, also at the Carrie Hamilton Theater, written and directed by Jeff Bernhardt, and it's the story of 3 therapists and a patient who changes them. I bet that happens a lot, actually. The next one is 60 Miles to Silver Lake, written by Dan LaFranc and directed by Becca Wolf, and that's at the Lounge Theater, and that runs only until the 10th, so 3 more days left. Valentine Triage by Frank Strausser at the Blank Theater, which is a cool theater. So if you get a chance to go, please go. It takes place about relationships that happen inside of an emergency room. So that runs through the 31st, and we have Alabama Baggage written by Buddy Farmer, directed by Paul Messenger, and that's at Theater Asylum. And then the big one, which is only 2 days only, is from Ben Rimmelauer, and that's Patty Issues, which is a huge, huge, huge play that runs out of New York. But it's a very small performance, like I said, only 2 days, and that's the 29th and 30th of this month. So it's at the Cavern Club Celebrity Theater. Please make sure you guys buy your tickets. So that's all of the theater happening. And I want to encourage everybody, too, because I have not been talking about LA County Museum lately or the Getty or any of the wonderful museums. Axiom has some really cool exhibitions in Santa Monica. Of course, Obsolete always has great exhibitions as well. But LA County Museum of Art has a tremendous amount of events happening in the next 2 months. And I would just recommend that you go. The Stanley Kubrick event is still there. It's there through April, I think. If you get a chance to go to that, it's a really cool exhibition. The other is, of course, the Getty, and I'm hoping pretty soon they're going to start Saturdays off the 405. And they actually have, at the Getty restaurant, really exquisite food and wine pairings. I don't know if you knew that. Like, they actually had one with Francis Maez, who wrote Under the Tuscan Sun. They have celebrity, like really high-end celebrities to go. And they really are extraordinarily planned. They're always usually lunches. So it's kind of like middle of the day. Nobody really knows what's happening inside. So you're sort of isolated in this, and it's right above everything. So you see the grounds, which are gorgeous. You see most of the gardens and everything from the restaurant. And then, of course, you can step away and then start exploring. So I highly recommend everybody goes to invest in art. There's also, LA County has the Muse Club and the Film Club also. So they're the art-oriented club.
Can I plug one?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have season tickets to the Richard and Karen Carpenter Center at the Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach, which if people have not gone there, they should,
I've never
they should
gone
check
there.
it out. It's
So
really,
PR people, let me know. I'll go check it out.
It's very cool. And just saw Oklahoma, production of Oklahoma.
Oh, how was it?
Which, if you can imagine me trying to sing along to Oklahoma, because I've
I
seen it a number of times.
I would really like to see that. Do you like? You like
cowboy boots and all.
Woo! All right.
But I'm excited about a coming production of Young Frankenstein. Mel Brooks. Right.
Okay.
So it's a little hidden treasure. They have really good productions. They're usually very well done. And Oklahoma, like I said, was great. And if you haven't checked out
Young
the Carpenter
Frankenstein.
Performing Arts Center at Cal State Long Beach, you should do that.
And if you've never seen that movie, please just knock yourself out because you need to go. You need to not go, but go rent it. It's on Netflix, and it is absolutely. It's Gene Wilder, fantastic. Gene Wilder and
Marty Feldman.
And why can't I think of her name right now?
Oh,
Kramer versus Kramer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember her name. Hold on. Now I need to find out. Hold on. Young Frankenstein. No. No, it's not Shirley.
Okay.
It's hold on.
Madeline Kahn was in it.
Mel Brooks. Terry Garr. There we go. Oh, I'm like, I could see her in my head.
Madeline Kahn. Was
yeah,
right. Okay.
Kramer versus Kramer. That's
and
how.
Then,
and Madeline Kahn. Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle was in there, and was
Marty
it
Feldman.
Marty Feldman, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a great movie. It's like to me, that's more my cult classic than the Rocky Horror.
So can we do another show, but just like on Mel Brooks?
Oh, I would so do that.
Blazing
Spaceballs,
Saddles,
man. I want to run through
yeah.
the desert with my big hairdryer.
I said across her nose.
Yeah. I love. Oh, and of course, Malwidge. Right? Yeah. God, who doesn't love The Princess Bride? I'm so sorry. That is Mel Brooks, right?
No.
No. Who does Princess Bride then? How am I not? Hold on. I'm just going to get schooled. I just schooled myself. However, are you sure?
No, I don't think it's Mel Brooks. It was an awesome, amazing movie. And they just celebrated
Rob Reiner, even better. Yeah, there we go. Another classic.
Close enough.
Well, they are the similar school of comedy. Yes, but
I think they drank coffee or something at the same Starbucks.
Yeah, but right. Well, no, Starbucks. Thank God they didn't have Starbucks.
What's that place on the corner of Brentwood, right off the freeway? There's like a coffee shop there. Probably everybody.
Earth?
Yeah, was it Earth?
Earth Cafe? No.
No, back in the day.
I don't know. Dinah's? I don't know. I used to go. Oh, speaking of, I'm going to Pans tomorrow to meet with James Poulos, who runs Pans. And Pans is where I used to go with my grandparents. I'm very excited to be going back there and really looking forward to sitting with him and hearing what he wants to talk about. So that should be fun. And you guys, if you haven't had a chance to go, seriously amazing fried chicken. Like Don't count your calories. Just bite into it, kind of fried chicken.
No,
That's what you got to do.
Must be lunchtime.
Oh yeah, I might go get. We might have to do some mole. Are you hungry?
Sounds good.
Great mole. Great mole. Bazaar Capital. I should be your spokesperson. All right, you guys. So we have to go. We're running out of time. And I just wanted to say, don't forget to please get your tickets for Pour Vous LA. That is next Wednesday. Wednesday night. Please go to facebook.com/A Taste of Dawn ATOD. Also visit atodmagazine.com. If you look on the right sidebar, you can get all the information you need on the event. Follow me on Twitter at A Taste of Dawn and go see RaadAndAssociates.com.
Raad Ghantous and Associates.
It is okay, Ghantous. Okay, so it's RaadGhantous.
Well done.
And
Associates.
Is it fully spelled out, Associates?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
On Facebook.
ASSOCIATES. No, but your website is Raad. It's
RaadGhantous.com.
Okay, so RaadGhantous.com.
But you can check out our latest stuff on Facebook. We're posting constantly.
Everybody loves crack books. So everybody is on there, and I know you are. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a really, really good weekend. I can't wait to report back and tell you all about my sexy Lenny experience. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend, you guys. Be safe. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is your host, Dawn Garcia, on ATOD Radio, savoring life one moment at a time.